What's up, y'all? This your girl Lola with Lola's Chronicles, and today I got interviewing with me, Mr. Arthur Dana Calhoun. How are you doing today?
I'm doing magnificent. I feel great. It's just a blessing to be here, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to just talk about my work and talk about the book world. The book world is a great world, and so it's just a thrill to be here. I'm excited to talk to you guys, and hey, this is great. This is good stuff. So
I want to thank you for taking the time out for even coming on the show. Blessing me with your presence. I really appreciate it. So, tell me a little bit about yourself.
absolutely. So um, I'm originally from Mississippi. That's where my family roots are, and I moved to Louisville, Kentucky when I was about 7 years old, and I got into sports early. Um, Basketball, football, baseball. I thought baseball was my biggest passion, but football came along and then basketball came along. I played football at Morehead State University. I played basketball, football, and ran track for Ballard High School in Louisville, Kentucky. But I always wanted to keep my academics first. So I graduated with a 3.79 GPA. And, I just remember my dad telling me stories. You always got to have a backup plan. So just keeping your head in those books, that was just so important for me. And I just always remembered what he told me, and I stuck with it. Um, Also, now I live in Indianapolis with my wife. My sister also lives here in Indianapolis. It's a great community here, a great book world community here. And I'm just trying to get children to learn to enjoy reading because, uh, you know, children nowadays, they're on the tablets, they're on the iPads. And I think nowadays they forget what fresh air means. Going out doing double dutch, playing hide and seek, riding bikes. So, and that's all good. I want children to do that, but at the same time, I want them to understand the importance of reading. Each time you read a word, you're gaining some type of knowledge, and so I just thank you again for being here. Reading is great. I love reading. I love writing. Everything that comes with it is a passion, and that's it about me.
So, what kind of genres do you write?
So I write children's literature. So I've published 9 books total. Um, Out of those 9, I do have a poetry book. I write poetry, and that's for any age. So my book, Orange Bear Poetry, it's a great book. It's about inspiration, motivation, people that's been through struggles, and so I wrote these poems to inspire people, to give them something to read, give them something first to relate to, and so that's a great book. But my main thing is children's literature, and just always in my books you're gonna find life lessons, things that young people can relate to, whether it's relating to their granny. Um, just around Halloween, I have the Night of the Living Gophers, so that's great. And the big thing I want to talk about is bullying in the schools.
Yes, that's a
It's
big deal.
it is. It's a zero tolerance for bullying. So I wrote the book Kelvin's Karma. Just a brief snapshot on that book. Um, the main character in the book, he runs with a gang of kids in 6th grade, and he ends up bullying kids, just taunting them, just making their lives miserable in the school. And our kids in real life, they experience that. But it's called Kelvin's Karma because what goes around comes around. So
Exactly.
the main character, his parents end up relocating to a new city. So now he becomes the person that's being bullied. And so he has to adjust. And this actually teaches him a lesson about treating others with respect, not taking things from people. When you see a kid sitting alone at that lunch table, go sit with them. You never know what that person's going through. So, Pop on his RV. It's about a family trip, a group of family members that take a trip around the United States. They visit the Grand Canyon. They go to Chicago. They go to all different places. So you guys got to check that book out too. But
It
children's
sounds
literature,
very
yes,
interesting.
yes, absolutely, yes,
It definitely sounds interesting because, like you said, bullying is a zero tolerance, and there's a lot of kids out here that's dealing with that, and we have to stand up for them because it's not right to sit in a while. I feel like when you're watching it, you're just as wrong as the person that's bullying, so that's
that's
a good thing to spread awareness with that as well.
that's
Uh,
right, yes,
you
yeah,
know being a children's book author as well, it's fun, pulling that inner child out of us, that creation that we put on this paper, and
yes.
seeing your words become drawings and come to life. So I know that's a awesome experience,
It
so
is.
that
It
is a big
is.
accomplishment, and I'm very proud of you behind that.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
So what made you decide to start writing?
So, my mother is a special education retired teacher. She also did some regular ed work too. She worked with third and fourth grade, but then she got into special education, and it was always books around the house. And you know, even to this day, I feel like I have so much like word, papers, books just crowded around. When I was younger, I would just wonder, like, all these books, like, it was just a junky corner that my mom kept. But, you know, we always had access to reading books, and she really inspired me. And so when I got into grad school, I really wanted to take this education thing serious. I went into learning and behavior disorders, preschool through 12th grade, and um, it was a beautiful thing. So I had a professor by the name of Dr. Hassan, and he was great. So I wrote a paper, and I did a project, a big project along with it. And he said, "Wow, Dana, like, this is really good. You should get this published." So at the time, I'm like, I look at him side eye. "Oh, Dr. Hassan, you're just saying that." No, he's like, "No, man, you need to get this thing published." And so I was like, well, maybe he's right. So my mother at the time was teaching at Jacob Elementary in Louisville, Kentucky, and she came across an author that just got started by the name of Kyrie Denby. I co-authored and wrote my first book with Kyrie, and he just kind of taught me the ropes on formatting, editing, just composing, grammar, just all kind of great things he taught me. And then we just took off from there. And then once I wrote my first book along with him, I said the sky is the limit. Like, I have to keep doing this because this is going to make a true impact on young people. And the books that I want to create, I want parents to sit down with their kids at night and read these books because, like I say, every book has a life lesson. So that's what really got me started. And it's a passion of mine. And I want to continue just growing, helping people, and doing whatever I can to make an impact on our society, our young people. Going to read in libraries, I'll do school visits, just all that good stuff. So that's what really started.
That's dope. That's real dope. Because as being an author myself, I understand those feelings. When I talk to different authors and they tell me how they got started, or You know, it's like an adrenaline rush for me because I got the same story, similar. You know, it's not the same exact story, but it's the same exact feeling once you put these papers together and you write and you put it out there for the world to see. So I get it. I get it 100%. And it's one of the best feelings, you know, when you can put something
Absolutely.
out there that captures others' attention and want
Yes.
them to read more from you. So as another author, to one author, you know, that I tip my hat to you on
Yes.
that. Um, how many books did you say you have published?
So I've published 9 books. I'm currently working on 3 books. Granny's Southern Kitchen, and that book was inspired by just my life growing up in Mississippi. You know, I spent 7 years there. Great Southern heritage, just all kind of great things as far as the food, just all the festivities they have down there. And my mother, they actually owned a mini mart right next door to where we lived. And then they also had Annie Mae's Cafe. And so I just wanted to start writing on something to show them that appreciation for the southern state of Mississippi, just in the South. So I have that. I also have Secrets of Mr. Miyagi that I'm working on. It's about a Siamese cat. I won't give too much information about it because I don't want to spoil it for everybody. But limousine comes up to pick the cat up, and the owner of the cat, which is a little boy, he's like, where is this cat going? So he ends up going to a very special place and actually seeing how this cat interacts with other cats. So he's a Siamese cat. So that's also very good stuff. But the biggest one that will be released is in 2024. It's called Hooper Knots. And so I mentioned that I played basketball in high school for a big time team. So this book is going to be about a little bit of bullying. We talk about that zero tolerance, but they take a trip to the moon. One night, a spaceship comes and picks them up, and they're able to kind of get back at the kids that were bullying them. So when they have the astronaut suits on, you can jump higher, you can leap, you can soar, you can do all kind of things to put the ball in the basket. So I look forward to that too. That's going to be an exciting book that's coming.
Sound
So
like you got some interesting projects coming up.
yes, indeed, I'm excited about it.
I'm
Yes,
excited for you. I
thank
am. I
you,
can't wait to check it out and check
thank you.
out some of your work. Who would you say inspires you?
I would say my mother. My mother is a wonderful person. Um, I was adopted at a very young age, and then just being able to come into a family. My dad, he's not with us anymore. Police officer, who's a police officer, and my mom, again, retired special education teacher, but she just, she believes in me so much, and she continues to just give me encouraging words, words of wisdom. She always talks about stories from her past, and still to this day, she wants to do anything she can to inspire me and motivate me and make me a better person, make me a better African American man, and make me a better teacher. So I get a lot of advice from her. Mamas know best, but she's very wise. She's a wise old lady. Uh, wouldn't hurt her fly. Just the most gentle soul I've ever met. My wife also inspires me. She supports me in my books and working with young people, even at school. A lot of the projects we go out and buy things. We think about new inspiring projects that are going to really engage the kids. So between those two, I would say it's my beautiful wife and my beautiful mother. They inspire me so much every day.
That's wonderful because we all need somebody to inspire us. You
Yes.
know, to that motivation that stands behind us and pushes us even when we can't push ourselves. So it's
That's
great
right.
that you got two strong, powerful women standing behind you, you know,
Yes, yes.
pushing you
Thank
for
you.
greatness daily, because it's not easy in the world we living in today.
It's not easy at
It's not
all.
easy at all for a
Yes,
man or woman in the societies that we living in. Is not easy to, get that drive. Sometimes
yes,
we have that downtime. So when you have somebody standing behind you, pushing you, I feel like that's wonderful.
yes.
So
Thank you
shout
so
out
much.
to your wife and to your mom.
Thank you so much, Donna.
Yes. So what is some advice you would give your teenage self?
So, the advice I would give my teenage self is follow your dreams, follow your own individual dreams, and do not let your peers peer pressure you into things that you know are not right to do. Um, Getting into drugs, drinking, smoking at a young age. A lot of young people are doing those things. Just watching different videos, just different things on social media. Social media is good because it connects people, but just keeping a positive attitude, staying away from the bad stuff that are going on in the streets, the violence and all that. That stuff is not good. Find out what you want to do with your life. Really try to figure out what is my niche. And it might take two or three times. You might get into one thing and that might not be the best thing for you. You really have to find out what you have a passion for. You really have to find out what is it that I love to do, something that I'm going to be successful at doing. And once you find out something that you're passionate about, take it serious. Go at it 110%. They say grind hard. They say work hard. They say we got to eat, you know, but do it for you. Do it for you first. And when you do it for you, everything else is going to fall in place. And then by doing it for you and having a passion for it, it's going to automatically help other people that are around you. Stay around positive people that love you, people that believe in you, people that support you. And as long as you do that and keep that faith in God, everything will fall in place. It's not going to happen on your terms. It's going to happen on God's terms. So just keep a positive attitude. Some days are going to be hard. Some days are going to be easy. But just keep pushing forward. Keep that positive mindset. And I promise, positive things are going to happen for your life. So,
Amen to that. Definitely amen to that. Tell me about a few challenges you faced so far being an author.
sure. So, I think the biggest thing is promoting. Um, the marketing aspect of it. You have to really put yourself out there as an author. You cannot be afraid to let people see your work. And that might take going to libraries and reading, getting in touch with the library manager. And I always say, don't make a phone call, go face to face, introduce yourself, give them your business card. Just a few weeks ago, I went to a library and I just gave them my books for free, like four or five of my books. I said, here you guys go. And so doing that, just uh, promoting, um, going out and speaking with different people. You can go to churches and read books. Just ask them, is there a day you have, where kids can come and you can read, or, just any situation. You have to put yourself out there. Um, Use social media to get your work out there. Promote your work, post your work, and let people know why it's important to read what you've written. You've worked so hard to compose these great words, to create a great book. So do that. Just get everybody on the same page. Let everybody know what you're doing. Because if people don't know what you're doing, how do you expect people to know anything about the work that you're doing? And if you choose to go into writing, it's for a reason. You have a passion for it. So you want people to see your work because you want to make an impact on people. And
Exactly.
you have to believe in yourself. So if you believe in yourself and you put your work out there, you promote, you do some marketing, just talk to people, share your books, people will gravitate towards you, and people will learn more about you, and that's what it's all about at the end of the day, is getting people to know who you are as a writer, an artist, illustrator, just anything you have to do with anything that has to do with books. You have to put yourself out there. So that's been my biggest challenge, is just getting people to know who I am. But I
Yeah,
tell people, once they open up even one of my books, they're gonna come back and read more. That's my hope. So I have to continue to grow. I have to continue to get better, and I have to continue to promote my work.
exactly. Yeah, I understand because you're right about that. Promotion is a big thing,
Yeah,
and being an author is not always easy trying to put yourself out there because you got those days where you don't feel like being on social media,
yeah,
but you have to post. You have to share constantly tell
yeah,
about yourself and what you got going on. So you that's something that I struggle with as well, is
yeah,
the marketing and promoting part of it,
yeah.
because it's like, okay, once we written it, we have to, push it. We have to be our biggest fans, our
That's
biggest
right.
supporter, our biggest everything.
That's
So
right.
I get that
Absolutely.
completely. What you mean about that being a challenge? That is definitely on my list of challenges when it has becoming a writer.
Right.
Um, as far as with your books and everything, what do you hope for readers to take from something that they read from you?
Yeah. So, for example, Willingness Will. I want to talk about this book. It's a great book. Eugene is a 10-year-old little boy, and he's watching his dad go through alcohol and drug abuse. And I know a lot of families go through that. And so um, it's a life lesson book. It's about speaking up, talking about, you know, alcoholism, talking about drug use, because it happens in our families every day. So with that book, it's just really creating awareness of what's going on in a lot of these homes. So with Eugene's dad, Will, he eventually goes to treatment. Some people might have to go to treatment several times, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But that's one book that really sticks out to me. I just want people to learn life lessons. Irresponsible Iggy is a great book also, because when you turn 13, 12, 13, 14, you start getting in those teenage years. I think a lot of young people think that, they don't want anybody to tell them anything. They know what's best.
Know everything.
And we have to respect our elders. We have to respect people that have been through things before. So a couple scenarios in that book. Um, Iggy gives her brother Kool-Aid, and we know we love Kool-Aid when we're kids because it's sweet. But her brother Ziggy is actually a diabetic, and she put too much sugar in the Kool-Aid, and so he had some complications going on. Then her dad told her to clean up the room in one scene. She brushed everything under the bed, in the closet. So the picture in the book, it has the dad sitting on the or standing on the bed because he's scared because he saw a rat, and it was all because the cookies, the pies, the cakes, everything. Iggy was hiding all that stuff under the bed, just shoving things in the carpet. So, young people, listen to your parents. If they say something as simple as cleaning your room, just do it. And then another scene, she was trying to cook. And I love to cook, just being from the South. But her mom had to bring the fire extinguisher and put out a fire because Iggy was in the kitchen trying to cook. So it just life lessons. I think that's what I want people to take from each and every one of my books. Is the different scenarios I put in there. I always want to put things in there that people can relate to, young people can relate to. So
And we need more books like that to make people aware and understanding, and that helps parents as well,
yeah,
with getting their kids to follow directions, because these kids do think they know everything. You
yeah,
can't tell them nothing,
that's right.
and it's crazy in today's time. But when you have books like that to help assist you in your parenting, and then even if it's not even a child, an
Hmm.
adult can take from it as well.
Yeah,
So to have books out in the world like that, that's helping with supporting with life issues and things going on,
right.
or awareness, that's good.
Absolutely. Yes, that's true.
That is. So how can we find you?
So you can find me on barnesandnoble.com. If you just go to the search menu and type in Dana Calhoun Books, my books will pop up there. Everybody's huge on Amazon. I know that's a big thing. All my books can be found on Amazon.com. Just go to the search menu, type in Dana Calhoun Books. All my books will pop up there. Definitely also on some other websites, bookshop.org, thriftbooks.org, copperfieldsbooks.org, and Mighty Apes. But the easiest way is probably just go on Amazon.com and everything's going to pop up there for you. And then my website is under reconstruction. It's danajcalhounbooks.com. That should be up and running in about a month. So yeah, you can find me on there as well. I also have a YouTube channel called The Riggedy Readers Corner. You guys can sign on. So um, every other weekend, I'll post my books, read aloud stories on there. I might read some of my books. I might read other books, and it'll be a fun time. For the younger kids, I'll incorporate some puppet play where I'll play with puppets and things just to make it engaging and exciting. So you guys got to check me out. I look forward to it. It's going to be great. My YouTube channel, we're going to have a lot of fun on there. So every Saturday or every other Saturday, it'll give you guys something to look forward to out there. So I look forward to it, creating that excitement. It's, when you get up on Saturday mornings, you want to watch cartoons and keep doing that. But make sure you check out the Riggedy Readers Corner with Dana Calhoun because it's going to be really fun, really exciting. So that'll be great stuff to look forward to in the future as well.
Okay, check you out. Y'all heard it here on Lola's Chronicles. Y'all make sure y'all tap in with Mr. Dana Calhoun on
Yeah,
all platforms. It'll be loading up. Make sure y'all cop them books. Check him out.
yeah,
Support my brother here. You know what I'm saying? I want to thank you again so much for reaching out to me to come on the show. It's been my pleasure and honor to do this. I look forward. Check us out tonight at 6 o'clock. We will be talking about autism awareness. Mr. Calhoun will be joining me tonight. Come with your questions and comments and information you have, and we're gonna kick it later on. I want to thank you again. Big shout out to your mom and your wife. Y'all continue to keep being this man's inspiration so he can
yeah.
continue to inspire us. And have a good day. And we out.
We out. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. Much love.